my next guest who can talk to us about feminism in fashion. Samhita Mukhopadhyay, who is the former executive editor at Teen Vogue, has been through the whole range of the gamut of thinking about activism, feminism, issues, women's lib, but then surely at Teen Vogue, really diving deep and getting into fashion. So Samhita, I am so glad that you're here to like level up this conversation with me about fashion and all the things. So start us off by talking to me about your journey. I remember when I met you, you were a writer, and I would even dare call you kind of a feminist activist writer. And then the next thing I know, you got this job over at Teen Vogue. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is happening here? This is actually kind of awesome. So talk to us about your own journey.
Absolutely. It's so good to be here, Aisha, and to see you. You look great, by the way. I love this blazer and this new look. I know you're now rocking. But, you know, I mean, when we met, we were still fashionable, right? And I have a good friend that always likes to say, good politics is no excuse. Having good politics is no excuse not to look your best. And so I had always had an interest in fashion, and, you know, partially because the industry, I never really saw myself reflected in it, and I wanted clothes that were in my size, and I was still fashionable, but it was really hard to find clothes that I wanted. And when I got to Teen Vogue, that was my first kind of experience working in the industry. I got to Teen Vogue at a really exciting time where they were really interested in having the conversation about inclusion and fashion, and where kind of different bodies, different races, where we kind of fit into the bigger conversation on fashion. And so it really did dovetail. And I think that, you know, at the end of the day, fashion is a feminist issue, you know, exactly how you lay it out, the conundrum between whether women are judged whether they dress up or whether they do not dress up. And that in and of itself is a feminist issue.
Yeah, and how they just, I mean, I'm always thinking about the whole Hillary Clinton pantsuit situation. Now, no one has ever pretended that Hillary Clinton was supposed to be some fashion goddess, right? Like, she's not Michelle Obama, but the obsession over her doggone pantsuits felt just so frivolous, especially given that she was, by credential, the most qualified person to ever run for president in the history of the United States, given her resume. But we just had to talk about this pantsuit. And I wonder, you know, as you were talking about, when you got to Teen Vogue, there's really a transformation happening, even in the societal shift of how we think about strength and power, and also the fortitude of, like, you know, fashion. I wonder if you can share with us how you've seen an evolution in the way that people are thinking about themselves, or the way that at least we're critiquing others with regards to what they're wearing versus what they're thinking and saying.
Absolutely. I think the Hillary example is a really good example of a really old conversation about women and power, right? It literally comes from the idea of she wears the pants in the family. And that's why people became so obsessed with it. And I think that, right?
Oh my God.
And I think that young women have a different relationship to fashion. To them, dressing feminine is not at odds necessarily with being powerful, even if the dominant kind of discourse and dominant narratives suggest that femininity is somehow not powerful. And I think that some of the most exciting stuff that's happening in fashion right now is the embracing of femininity, and the idea that you can be femme and you can kind of wear skirts and you can still be powerful. And, you know, Hillary, I think, the pantsuit is a little bit synonymous with an older style of feminism, kind of our grandmother's feminism, where, you know, to be powerful, you have to wear pantsuits. Not that I'm mad at a pantsuit either. I know you rock one.
You know, look, I decided, actually, that I really only want to wear, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to be shouting out brands, but I really only want to wear a certain kind of brand of tights that suck in your gut, and like a long sleeve black t-shirt everywhere I go. And I remember there was a time when Vera Wang wore some version of it. When she wore it, they said it was like a ballet-like look or whatever. That's kind of all I ever want to wear, and throw something over top of it, generally a piece of leather something, vest, jacket, whatever. whatever. And I, though, have gotten to a point, because I am in a different phase of my life. I'm now in my 40s, to date myself, where I have the confidence to be able to reflect externally the ease with which I actually want to move through my life without fear of the consequences of other people's judgment of that. And I say it that way because there are consequences to other people's judgment. If you are a woman trying to get a job or trying to get a promotion or wanting to be taken seriously, and how people are receiving you matters, right? But I am in a place where I can be like, whatever. I wonder, for you, if there's any advice that you would give people, because you talk about, hey, I'm trying to grow through here. I'm stylish, but I want to see things in my size, etc. Can you give some advice about how to get right inside, where you have the courage and just the self-respect to be like, I don't care what you think, and I'm going to do me and show up as me?
Absolutely. I think it's a really exciting time in fashion for this, right? I think that there are a lot of models right now of women that make bold fashion choices irrelevant of their age, irrelevant of their size, irrelevant of whether they're a mother or they're single or they're young or they're dating. And to me, fashion has always been a expression of my self-esteem. And if I am having a bad day and I put on a great outfit, I know that it will change the trajectory of my day. And I think that there's a lot of young women that are I think women of all ages are embracing it. And, I love to hear what you're saying about being in your 40s and getting more experimental. I think older women, especially if you look at brands that cater to older women, they, you do kind of experiment with different silhouettes. It's not as form-fitting all the time. I also think our relationship to fashion is changing because of the pandemic. And what so many of my friends are like, I'm never wearing my heels again. Whereas some of my friends are like, I can't wait to get back
that's
into
me.
my heels. Yeah. And, and I had a similar experience. I realized overnight that I had been shoving myself into clothes that I wasn't comfortable in, that weren't a full expression of who I was, that didn't allow for a certain type of movement and fluidity that I feel much more comfortable with now after working from home for a year and a half. And so I do think that, fashion, often the process of shopping can be really demoralizing, right? You go into a store and you try on a pair of pants and they don't fit you. And it is truly, it can be a demoralizing experience. But I think there are so many other ways to shop and support brands that cater to you. I mean, let's put our money where our politics are, right? Support the brands that are inclusive, support the brands that make sizes for you, support the brands that, cater to all different genders, things like that. And then I also think that, if put it on, feel good in it. Also, I always recommend practicing wearing clothes at home and getting comfortable wearing them so that when you wear them out, you have already kind of built a relationship with the look.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of that advice. I'm taking it all to heart for sure. I hope everybody else is too. Samhita Mukhopadhyay, former executive editor at Teen Vogue. Thank you so much for weighing in on this, and we've got to have you back on Amplified. Appreciate you being here.
I would love to be.